Hello and welcome to the Paul O'Connor podcast, where we'll be talking about the motor trade, entrepreneurship, business and beyond. Anyway, James.
Paul.
Said I'd get you down for an old chat. Well, this isn't the only reason you're down today.
No,
do you
I'm
want
here
to tell
for...
the audience what?
So
what's after happening today?
I have been carefully on the hunt for a very nice car for months now. Mm-hmm. And Paul got the perfect car that I was looking for in. Mm-hmm. And I hounded him for a month.
You did?
Paul finally gave in, and now I'm down here to collect it. What is it, Paul?
It's a lovely, beautiful black Golf R.
No, I like to call it the Yup-Bro mobile.
The Yup-Bro mobile.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
Elbow delete.
Yeah, the elbow delete fella in the Yup-Bro mobile. If you were to picture the pinnacle of Yup-Bro and what they would drive, I am in it right at this moment in time.
You really are, to be fair. For the people that can look at James and it's like, where do I recognise that guy from, right? He is the face of probably the biggest garage in Dublin, are you?
Biggest independent. Yeah,
being the biggest independent,
yeah.
Kylemore Cars, really top-notch operation, to be fair. Yeah. And you do the marketing?
Do the marketing. I'm the brand and media manager for Kylemore Cars, yeah. Yeah, so I actually would go as far as say, yeah, they probably are one of the biggest dealerships considering they're up there. There's a few close. The MCC boys.
Yeah, well, they're massive in terms of stock, but they do a lot of kind of trade stuff as well. Like
they don't turn over. I don't think they turn over a lot though. Like considering the vast amount that they have.
But what just strikes me with them, and we bought plenty off them over the years as well. But like the actual scale of the stock they have, it's the yard they have is absolutely staggering. Huge. To be fair, like
when did you have 3,000? It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
I'm just like, Jesus, I could have. I think there last week we got in a load of cars from Japan, and I had like 140 cars in stock. My head was just wrecked, like just cars, batteries going dead, and just things being moved around the place. I can't even fathom the logistical nightmare with having that many cars in stock. And
couldn't. How could you like?
I just think tis yeah, no, it's absolutely wild. But so you're the marketing and media,
brand and media manager.
Brand and media. That sounds fancy.
That's fancy. I gave that title to myself. Yeah, that's a good one.
And whenever I told a few lads in the workshop that you were buying the Golf R, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, man down the shop."
Man down the shop. Yeah.
And that's your tagline. Do people meet you in random and say that?
Yeah. So me and my dad were out in. Me and my dad went for food in Blanche the other day. I went up to buy some stuff, and we were walking around. And we went and got a food on TGI Fridays. That's no good anymore. TGI Fridays is dead to me now. It's one of the worst food I've ever eaten in my life. Oh, Paul, this thing is...
Really?
Yeah, we went there twice just to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
So the first time we went, I got the baby back ribs, the typical baby back ribs. Oh my God, the things were solid as a rock. It's like...
I haven't gone there in ages now.
Oh, Paul, I don't mean to be bashing TGI Fridays. Maybe it's just
their sales tanking.
Don't come on down that one.
don't go down that shop. Yeah, but come on down your shop.
Come on down my shop. But no, we went there anyway. Blah blah. We're walking back through Blanche. Some fella just walks past and just goes, "Come on down the shop." So what? Hadn't a clue who he was. No, blah blah blah. But it happens a lot. Yeah.
That's mad.
So it's not even knowing me by name.
Yeah, no, but people probably wouldn't know your name. But like everyone, and I'm kind of, I don't really have a tagline. Remember when we started doing TikToks with me and Marty? We were like, oh, it's my first time. Yeah, that was our thing, right? We kind of stopped doing it. We felt like we'd exhausted the jokes that we could do for that. But like, it's actually, as you know as well, like the people that do well in marketing the most are people that they're known for. Even Alan Lewis up in Dublin, like say, hi Al here.
How's it going? It's Al here.
You need a tagline, and that's something I know I lack at the moment. I need a tagline. Yeah. But it's so you need to be the one who does that, or the one who says that. Even Nadia, like with any guesses.
Any guesses, yeah.
It's just something that you can kind of, it's a little hook, isn't it? Like
but it's like I think you must find it naturally.
But that's it. That's it. I was trying to rummage through my head. I was like, what's my tagline? I was like, you stumble upon it, and then it just happens, and then run with it. Like,
that's it. Because mine, when we first started, you know, it was myself and Nadia were kind of the only two dealerships that were doing stuff online. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, she owns the own thing, and I was just going in. I was actually still doing sales at the time, and the first video I'd done, so I was actually still in sales there, and the first video I'd done, they were looking for marketing. The previous one had left, the girl had left, and they were like, you just do some stuff. First video I'd done was on TikTok, and I'd done a Golf GTI, another Yup-Bro mobile, and I literally just, you can still go back and watch it. I sound the most unconfident, like low speaking, like
yeah,
voice over. Let the car rev, and it done 25,000 views. And previous to that, they had 200 followers, and they were only getting 200 views a video.
Yeah.
So they were just like, holy shit, like, what? How did you do that?
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, I don't know how I did it. I just done what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And at the end of the video, I go, "I'm on down the shop," and don't be, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I suppose I'll tell you where I got it from. Do you remember a movie buff or that like that? Do you watch movies?
I watch a bit. Like, I
The Gentleman.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell's The Gentleman.
Yeah.
He's the coach.
Yeah.
So he knocks the bollocks out of the lads in the chipper. He's like, lads, what's that all about? Come on down the gym and I'll show you what it's all about. Something like that. Yeah. So I had only watched the movie, and I think it had only came out or something. So it's
good show, actually. Really good show. Yeah, I love that one.
Brilliant. And that's where it just came from. Come on down the shop, don't be annoying me, something like that. And then just stuck from then on.
It suits you with your Dublin accent, like, as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Come on down that shop.
On down the shop.
Yeah, that shop.
On down the bleeding shop. On down the Paul O'Connor's, get yourself another young automobile. Fuck.
But I think even with and it's really been popular in the last couple of years, like dealership marketing or car sales marketing. It's really just it's lightened up a lot, like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's, you know, the days of lads being just afraid to express themselves, or just kind of saying, "Oh, look at this stunning car. You want to show you the front headlights? It's got stunning." No one cares. Like, honestly, no one cares. Make it entertaining. Make it you. You're going to get people that'll give you a steak. Who cares?
Oh, abuse all the time.
Do I get? Especially TikTok.
Do you get abuse on time?
Yeah, of course. Like, yeah. But it doesn't matter. I read this thing recently. I think I don't know where I even read it, but it said, like, if you're not like pissing off or annoying, or if 20% of your audience or not people looking at hate you or think what you're doing is shit, you're obviously doing it wrong, because the stuff you're doing is not memorable, or it's not going to stick in people's minds at all. You if you've just put out the most vanilla, bland, generic content, it's not going to do well. Because if you're too afraid to offend anyone, or too afraid to do something someone else won't like, it's probably going to be rubbish, and no one's going to remember you. So like, fuck it, like, do you know what I mean?
Pleasing everybody pleases nobody. Paul, it's just, I cannot stand some of the dealership videos. I'm like, and I understand they're being forced to do it because they have brand guidelines, and they have all this type of stuff, and especially when you're a main dealer and you're attached to Land Rover and Jaguar, or BMW and this, you can't be going on. Have you seen some of the stuff we've been doing lately about Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Like, it's not even that.
I've seen better Trump impressions, but like, it's still good. Yeah,
awful at it. Like, would not even claim it to be a Trump. Yeah. It was just, let's cling on to something. Let's do something different, because these guys are. There's now, like you said, there's now the dealerships doing it, and like, these guys are starting to catch up a bit. So we need to start doing something here, poking some people, and
you have to start
creating reactions and doing something.
The bear, but like, I always find people are so. The world annoys me sometimes now, but it's so polarizing, and everyone's like, "Oh, I liked you until you started doing the Donald Trump." Listen, just because we're doing I did a video there a while ago, and I mentioned Trumping or something like that. Yeah. It was my other viral one there a month ago. Let's move on from that one. But I didn't even say I was sports Trump right now. I was just saying, like Trump is doing, or something like that. And all the comments underneath it, like, "Oh, crap, you lost me until you..." I was like, lads, relax yourself. Everyone on their moral fucking high ground the whole time.
I can't stand it.
You don't have to agree with something that everyone says, or you don't have to. You can think that someone else is. You mightn't particularly like someone, but you can agree with some bits they're doing or whatever. Like, but people are always, what box are you in, right? You in that? You're not in my box. I hate you.
Yeah, you're different than me. I don't like you.
I just like, God above, I go on for the day about that. It's just something that annoys me so much. It's like, lads, can you not be mature enough to even just listen to someone else's viewpoint? You might have a personal dislike for that person, but at least have a bit of respect for them.
Yeah.
Or what as well they hate as well is like hatred by association. Like, oh, I can't believe you giving that person a platform. I was like, listen, it's like something. It's just, say if someone didn't like you and they hated me for giving you a platform. I was like, this is ridiculous.
But it'd be too boring. What if everybody agreed with each other? What's that about?
But you do have to be going back to the marketing side. You do have to be a little bit.
But that's why I don't like I cannot stand it. Like, they're under duress. It's like someone has a gun to their back. I was only saying I'd love to do a video of me acting like that. How's it going here? It's James from Kylemore Cars. When you have a look at this stunning BMW.
Why do they always say stunning as well?
Fuck off, will you? Is every car beautiful? Now your opinion is invalid to me. Do you know what I mean?
Do you ever see the videos I've done as well as just like this car is boring, lads. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's a Polo. Would I buy it? Well, no. But there's someone out there that will.
There's someone that will.
Yeah. And people are like, do you know what? I see your point. Fair play to you. Like, and I just think honesty even is better.
100%.
But not every car is stunning. There's some car, and they don't have to be.
Why are you showing me the wheels, bro? I can see the wheels. Look at these black wheels. Oh, jeez, I didn't know they were black wheels.
These beautiful 15-inch alloys. No 15-inch alloys are beautiful. Yeah. They're probably pretty boring. They're probably pretty small. Do you know what I mean? It's but like that's why I even there's not that many garages online that put themselves out there. You're one of them. I'd be one of them. There's a few others around, like, but like that's why I would have got to. I recognize you we'll get onto the Bumblebee run probably a bit later, but like. I recognize you and you recognize me, and I was like, oh yeah. You do car sales marketing. I like what you do. I was like, cool, man. I like what you do.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's still more are doing it now, but not that many still. And I'm, if you're a car dealer thinking of doing it, don't bother.
Don't bother. It's actually, you won't even want to get into it. No, do you know what?
Stay doing what you're doing. Actually,
I'd actually encourage it because it moves like. What's that? The saying about the ships? The tide raises all ships.
Rising tide raises all ships.
So it's like. If these people start doing stuff like that, I have to up my game now. And now I have to do something different. Maybe I'll take your idea and make it better. Maybe I'll do something.
That's actually a very, very good point. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I look at you, like I keep tabs on you, Paul. You don't know that. Like we keep tabs on you big time. I do the strategies and stuff for the business, and we build out full strategies. And this is not stuff where it's off the cuff kind of thing. We have full strategies. We do it quarterly. It's done all properly. And you're part of one of the things that we keep an eye on for social media wise.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get you. No. So, but no, you have to. I find because there's not that many places in Ireland doing it. Like I'm looking sometimes. I look overseas sometimes. Like if you want to get proper inspiration, like go to the UK or US or something like that, and you adjust it a little bit to the Irish market. Like somebody like America is they're great at marketing, but like you've just kind of some of it's a bit kind of cheesy or some of it's a bit too. Doesn't work like.
I don't think I could do the Donald Trump stuff if it was in America. I'd have people lining up outside with AR-15s like, do you know what I mean? It's like you'd be pissing too many people off. Like,
who are you? You Democrat or Republican? I was like, oh my gosh. And thank God Ireland isn't really like that. It's getting it's still a bit polars, but like we're not really. No one's really politically affiliated as much in Ireland as they are over there. But
you'd still be surprised the amount of people that hate Trump. Like, I even about me doing the thing, I was like, lads, I like the fella. I've no political views on him. I think he's hilarious to watch. I laugh at him more so than with him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But leave me alone. Like, let me just do some hilarious stuff.
Especially Ireland, because like the media just hammers him so much, and it's such an agenda against him. And like everything they do now, to be honest, he gives such ammunition for fucking. He does like, and like again, like the thing is right. Ireland is so fucking mad. Like you'd have to be nearly. You should be careful even saying this. Like people probably listen to this now. I was like, oh, they're talking about Trump. I was like, lads, politics. Shut up, will you? I was like, I disagree with a lot of his fucking policies and everything that, but I admire him for what he's achieved in business.
Yes,
I think he's got unbelievable charisma. Yeah. He's a good businessman. He's fucking funny.
Yeah, people always try to discredit him by saying he got a loan of $1 million from his father. I'm like, I'll give you $1 million.
See what you'll do.
Yeah,
he's worth about $5 billion. Like.
Yeah, I know.
It's like the people that'll say things like they'll see a guy that's absolutely ripped to death and all that, like, and it's like, steroids. It's like there's more to it than just steroids, right? So if you don't just pump steroids in and just sit on the couch, like, it's ain't at all to justify. It's like, well, that's why he's doing this, or that's why he's successful, or things like that.
It's the same thing with the car thing as well. People judge you based on your car. People judge you based on my accent.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, Paul, the amount of grief I would get just from having an accent. People were commenting, I'd never buy a car. The accent would make you not want to buy a car. And someone commented underneath, I hadn't a clue who it was. Probably me from my burner account. I hadn't a clue who it was.
User 1 2 3 4 5 6.
It's actually me.
Creating engagement. Voice, I'm on down the shop.
Yeah, I'm on down the shop. But the comment underneath it, you wouldn't be saying that if you were on the side of the road and you needed a doctor. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, it's so true though. Like,
come on, like look, whatever.
But even with the comments, even on social media, like it's people. There's a lot of people that have a lot of bitterness and resentment and anger internally, right? Yeah. And that's their way of venting it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, or, would you say it to my face, right? Or no, and that's not even the case of like, would you say it to my? Even with the comments online, not even the case of would you say it to my face? I want to fight you. Not even that. Like, but you wouldn't say it to my face because deep down you'd be embarrassed.
Yeah.
If me and other people realised that you were carrying on like such a little bellend, like
absolute bellend.
What if someone you worked with, or what if your mother, or what if whoever saw you carrying on like a little bully online?
That's what
loser carry on.
Absolute loser.
And that's what it is more than a. So would you say it to my face? It's not an aggression thing. It's more of a kind of like put your name behind it.
Have a bit of cop on, grow up, But again, sometimes some of the stuff I don't mind a bit of a slagging. No. Because I give a slagging, so I don't mind a bit of it. When I get it and something's funny, I'm like, you got me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn it. It's funny. I find it hilarious. I'm like, that's pretty funny because now I'm going to give up. Like, you know what I mean? I don't mind that. But what's the saying? I've never been hated on by someone in a better position than with someone that I'd want to be.
People always, I'd say that the whole time. It's like, you never, like, you think this little TikTok troll or someone online, it's like, when people that I respect start giving me jip, I'll actually might listen to them, like, you know. But like, they're all wonder people that are at nothing in their own life, or they're absolutely nobodies. Like, it's like people that I respect and look up to and value their opinion, like, they don't carry on like that. Like, you know what I mean? And especially an anonymous person online, like, just don't even, they can't even put their own name behind something. So what kind of...
Exactly, that's what I find as well. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on, like, I mean...
And I suppose, going back to, I suppose, you and your marketing side of things, how did you get into...
the marketing side.
What did you do before you were in Kylemore? How long were you with Kylemore?
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
So
what were you doing before then?
I was selling watches and wearing sons.
Nice
jewelry and watches.
Have you been a bit of a sales background, is it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So we're able to chat anyway.
Yeah, so. That's it. Just talking bollocks, like absolutely talking shit. Like,
it's all about being personal and 100%.
But
that's how was the transition then? Like, how did you decide?
Well, I was selling watches that was the same price as some used cars now, lower level used cars. You know, that kind of way. And I was like, I remember it was in the fashion department down below, which is now not there anymore, and they moved it to another wherever it was. But I remember being down there talking to one of the lads in there and going, I can sell cars. I know I can sell cars. Yeah. And there's more money to be made in that than there is here. Yeah. So I'm gonna just go fucking try it. Yeah. And
was Kylemore your first in?
Yeah, they were the first. No. So I went and I went on a job interview with Land Rover Jaguar. I know, but
lucky escape.
Yeah, I know. So I went and do a job interview with them and didn't get the job. And then within the week, I got a call from Kylemore, and at the time they had a small operation. They only had 70 cars, 50 cars, something like that, and we were working in a conservatory. Like, I mean, like, this was like a conservatory at the side of the house. Like, it'd be 40, 50 degrees in the fucking...
In Kylemore, is it?
In Royal Ivor Business Park.
Yeah.
And we had the whole outside, so we still had a service centre there, and then we had the whole outside that we were able to build the stock up on. So when I first started, it was quite low, but they were already in the transition. They were already beginning to build up the new place, and I was just in sales there. That was it. Just starting off as a fucking junior sales there, you know yourself. But I started late, like. Yeah. I just said, fuck this, I'm making the transition.
Yeah, you did right.
That's it. I had that one opportunity at 26. I was like, go for it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're screwed. You can't go any further. And then, previous to that, I'd always been interested in marketing, right? So I was always handy with social media. I knew the technique of, I will post what I would want to see. Chances are, if I want to see it, there's thousands of people out there that also want to see the same thing. So with that mentality, I was just like, right, they needed something, fell into it, and everything just seemed to align. And that was it. I was just like, right, I had previously done like online courses for marketing and stuff, and I actually had my own like clothing business going at one point.
Really? Yeah. Online clothing
bullshit. Like, I didn't just buy stuff and sell it. I was actually designing it, doing the actual specs, like getting the measurement of the sleeves, getting the fabrics, doing all the type of stuff, getting them made in Pakistan or something, getting it shipped over, and I'd have my own website on Shopify, and I was selling it on that, and then something happened where I just had to cut that off. Yeah. And then I ended up just going flat out with sales then.
Jesus.
Yeah. So then I just falling into the whole marketing thing. We ended up getting RTE, and then they were like, holy shit, this lad is actually decent at doing that. And that was it then. They brought me to Dubai, and then all of a sudden I was the marketing guy. I'm on down the fucking shop.
That's an interesting journey. And even like...
weird.
Have you felt like because obviously you do really well as a business, like has marketing played a big role in that?
100%. Like, for example, you can only imagine this, right? So imagine you shifted this whole operation to just somewhere else, and you want marketing it, and you didn't market it well. Yeah. First of all, if you were there for, I don't know, Paul, how long are you here in this
6 years?
6 years. So let's say you were 10 years here, and you had built up your customer base, and people knew where to find you, and people were going there, your historic customers, you know, the champions of your business. All of a sudden, they didn't know where you were at. That word spreads. The new people want to know where to find you. So I basically overseen the whole location change. We're overseeing a location change of a service centre 3 times, so that had to be. We're not taking public service, but we're going to. Yeah. But so it's, if like you said, if you don't know where you are, you're not marketing it properly, knowing your business is just gonna.
It's like a saying I heard recently. I don't even think it was related to cars, but it's like, you know, with marketing, you have to put your name out there and you put your brand out there. So when people want to, like, say, change their car, buy a new watch, like for example, right, we're here, right, we sell a lot of the same Japanese import cars you do, right?
That's why I keep an eye on it,
but you know what I mean, like, say we've 2016 Golfs in stock, right?
Yeah.
Our 2016 Golfs exponentially better than all the other ones in the market. They're not. They're bought from the same auctions and that. I think we give a good warranty and we prep our cars well, so they would be definitely on the better end of it. But are they? There's no point us saying like, oh, ours are 10 times better than anyone else's. They're not, like. But if you put your name out there and you have your people, you're memorable and you're in people's head and everything like that, they have to get them to think like they're going to have to change their car anyway. So if I might as well give you the business.
100%.
I'm going to buy it but that's what it's all about. Like, you have to put yourself out there so that you're in people's mind, I suppose, when they do decide to change.
100%. I'll say one thing about social media, which is this is not a lot. Like, the big boys aren't using social media the correct way it's supposed to be used. It's in the fucking name. It's social. Act social.
Yeah.
It's not a selling tool. This is to be in people's minds. You can make sales from it. Of course you can. But you cannot rely on that as your main selling tool. You can't.
No.
So it's like, be social. Be trendy. Be aware. Be in people's minds. Like you said, as soon as you're going to look for a car, who am I thinking of? That's that gobshite man down the shop. What was his name? Oh, yeah. Kylemore Cars. Oh, yeah. Boom. Already in your head. Now you're seeing an ad for me on social media. You're seeing an ad for me on Google. You're seeing an ad for me on Facebook. You're seeing fucking everywhere. And all of a sudden, you're like, oh, I'm just going to go check these out.
Yeah.
And it's familiarity. It's the trust is already there. And then it helps that the big, I don't know, you need to come down and see the showroom, Paul.
I will. Next time I'm up in Dublin, I'll
it's the nicest showroom, independent, and I'd put it up there with.
It looks, from what I've seen videos, I'll call up, I'll give you a shout next time.
I'm a bit desensitized to it.
Yeah.
But it's a bit like it go, you know what I mean, shot for shot against most of the big boys around. You know what I mean? I'd say even some even better. So when you come and see that, then you're like, hang on, these lads aren't just, you know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, we'll get you in the door. And once you're in the door now, everybody comes together. It's a huge operation. It's not like, marketing is great and but that's it. Like, you have to kind of, you know, it's you're
hitting it from every angle. Like, you know what I mean. You've got good marketing. You've got a massive selection of stock, and then you've got very impressive premises, right?
Yeah.
And like you've like, I think you've the most Google reviews of any.
Yeah, we do.
5,000, and like 4.6 or 7 or something.
4.7, yeah.
Really, that's really high, especially the number of reviews you have. But like, when you put them all together, that's what when I was doing here. I was like, right, we'll have fun marketing. There's a lot of places that have fancy cars and nice lip kits and everything like that, and they might have good marketing, but their quality and their actual after sales would be lacking. So my figure, the way I looked at it was, it's like, right, I'm going to have very good social media, real kind of funny stuff, nice cars, but also the actual the care and the honesty and the customer service to back that up, because not a lot of places have. A lot of places they can sell all kind of fancy cars and they'll be nice, they look well and all that, but they won't give the same after sales as us. Yeah. And a lot of the places that have very sound after sales and very good at that, they'll be kind of maybe older school garages, but they'll be no good at marketing. So if you can kind of combine, obviously you're at a different level than I am, like, but if you can combine all them together, it's like there's no reason for people not to buy off you.
You 100%.
Isn't that it? Like
100%. That's what I was saying to you. I keep an eye on. I was joking about keeping an eye on, but I've mentioned it a couple of times in our marketing meetings, and it's like, sometimes they can say, well, James, if this person's doing, how come this person's able to get an exponential growth? And I'm like, you understand the difference between having someone follow you as a person than a business. You look at your page now. So your personal page has more followers now than your business page. So you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's people, I want to get behind you, Paul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, forget the business. I know the name of the business is Pollock on a Cars, but let's say the name of the business was Air Intakes 11.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going, I'm following him.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's a lot more difficult that way. So there has to be a big operation, a big teamwork to kind of get the sales or numbers that you need.
Absolutely. And what's are you the only person in the marketing department?
Oh, the big dog over there.
Oh, you're there as well.
Yeah.
You're the brains behind the operation.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. He's all the technical side. The genius with the technical.
And what?
Side.
Well, obviously not going into these, but like, what's your general? Not giving away all your secrets. What's your general marketing strategy? Is it mainly social media based? Or is it? Where else?
Social media is probably 30%. of kind of what we would do.
Where else, like, what's your other, like, basic strategy? Like, do you do a lot of do you do radio? Do you do
we do a bit of
SEO kind of stuff, like,
we do SEO, SEM, so SEO, search engine optimization stuff, SEO, search engine marketing stuff, so the likes of Google, your paid Google ads and all that type of stuff. But if you're not optimizing every ad, so you need to be on weekly or bi-weekly even, and or bi-monthly rather, and you need to be optimizing, making sure that your cost per click is staying low. If it's going high, why is it going high? You need to be making sure your pictures are all up to date and relevant. Like, for example, we were only, just before we left, we were only doing the SEM type of stuff on Friday. But it adds a huge, and then obviously you have to stick a huge amount of money behind it, because you're now competing. It's all done off a bidding strategy. So let's say me and you were the only two bidding, similar to a car auction. Me and you're the only two bidding for this specific thing. You up your budget, I'm going, oh bollocks, now I'm getting less, so I have to up my budget.
This is kind of in the search engine kind of stuff.
So now we're getting the same amount of clicks, but Google are making more money.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and think about the amount of garages in there bidding for, especially in Leinster and Dublin.
Oh, crazy.
By the way, if you didn't know, I will probably have to hand over these awards at the end of the year, but for now I am the current Cars Ireland best social media superstar in Ireland at 2024. I will possibly have to hand over them awards at the end of the year because I haven't won one yet. But there's a fella beside me that I think's might win it. So
listen, I've won a few of them. That's mad, but like it just goes to show, like, at the scale you're at, like, you know, having a correct marketing strategy. Like I have a marketing, but like the marketing is just what goes on in my head basically right here.
Yeah.
But like, you've such a big operation as well in order to feed the beast. And Jack Martin uses that term. Jack's a friend of mine, but he's a car dealer in Clonmel, but he'd be kind of on a smaller scale than me. It's just him and I think 2 others now working there. But he'd always be looking at me and it's like, Jesus, you have to be doing a lot of sales to feed the beast, because I have 15 staff, including here in the workshop. But then for someone like yourselves, and I'm friendly with a few of the guys below in Kiri's car store in Cork and another up in Dublin too, but like, in order to feed the beast, like, because obviously you're a big garage, you have big overheads, you have a lot of staff, you have to get the marketing and you have to get the inquiries on point. Like, you can't have quiet months. Like, I can't have quiet months, and I'm at a 20%, I'd say, at a scale that you're at. Like, do you know what I mean? But no,
you're right. You're spot on with it. Like,
but you do, isn't it? But you have to.
Yeah, like we do. That's why I do a lot of data analysis within it. So I'm very data driven. I'm not very. Obviously, I'm very opinionated, but like. I'm very data driven when it comes to stuff like this. I'm going to say,
really.
This doesn't work. Here's how it doesn't work. Don't tell me you don't like my social media based on an opinion. When I'm saying, well, this is how many views I got, we can track the sales funnel of how many clicks went into here and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, so this worked for the business and you're telling me not to do it, let's say. Or this worked for the business and you're telling me to do it. So you need to be data driven. Otherwise, I can't just be guessing, or we'll do this and we'll do that and see what happens. It has to be. So we do leads reports every week. We do leads reports monthly. Add them all into an Excel sheet, and we'll do I'll get the overall average of the month, the standard deviation of the month. We're kind of tracking everything, like so. Yeah. So it's highly predictable. Do you get what I mean? Because it has to be like that. Otherwise, how can you plan to your...
No, you have to. Like, how many sales people do you have?
Oh Jesus, 12, 13 or something like that, is it?
Yeah, that's it's a lot of leads you want to keep it. Like we've me and I don't do a huge pie. I do sales to my own customers mainly, but like lads take the leads, like Marty and Philly, and then we've Small Paul does a little bit of sales. He's actually bigger than me, like, but he's younger, like, so do you know what I mean? But like, it's you have a lot of leads that you need to get in on to keep everyone busy. And going back to even just like, because you were saying, like, with Kylemore Cars, like I said, you obviously moved into the new showroom and you've grown a lot. Like, so at the scale you're at now, like, what was the time period to get to that kind of scale?
Paul, we grew too fast. I
only came across you a couple of years ago. Maybe it was when you started on the social media stuff. I can't remember, but like,
we'll go with that one. 100%.
I'm going to give you that credit. So
give me that credit.
Sonny, if your managers are looking at this car, your superiors, it's all good to him. How long are Kylemore Cars in business in total? Probably a long time, isn't it?
Last year was 13 years. So
13 years.
As far as I know, for 14, I think.
And you were saying, like, before you moved, how long are you in the new place?
We'll be in the new place 3 years in September.
And before, I know you had an older premises. Do you still have that older premises, or
no?
That's gone.
Completely gone.
But like when you're in the older premises, like what kind of stock numbers were there then? Like,
so that's what I'm saying. When I first started, at one point we only had 70 cars, and then it just kept going. Like at one point,
and now you're at what, 400? You said.
Like I said, I think I'd imagine there's online there's 500, 550 online. So you can only imagine then what between what's bought and.
Yeah. Well, no. I don't know. I could have 100, 150 bought.
Probably 1,000. I'd say there's 1,000 total.
That's mad impressive, like,
isn't it? But like, so we grew exponentially. It's like,
did you kind of have to grow to fit into the showroom kind of thing?
Yeah, but like even at some point we were too big for we're too big for the showroom. That showroom cannot stock anywhere near the amount of cars that we'd need. So the logistics that the boys are doing is fucking bananas. Like between getting cars back and forth between all the stores, their back stock is fucking crazy. It's not even like
you probably just the.
But that's why it has to be a high turnover, because it's like to win, you have to go.
But like you must like be sticklers for efficiency and everything like that. Like it have to be. No, we're pretty efficient, but like I can't. I find like surely you find for that the scale that you're doing like is the workshop and parts not, is that a bit of a bottleneck, or is everything running kind of?
I wouldn't know. Do you know what? It's at that point now where I cannot deviate from my department.
Separate, I
can't. Like there's too much work going on.
No, just like, even just as an observation, like
it probably probably.
It's not our workshop. To be honest, it runs a tight ship now below there. In fairness, but just even in general, just prepping cars and getting stuff ready and waiting on parts, like at the scale we're doing, like if we do 50 or 55 retail in a month, we're fucking exhausted. Like right, we're like, Jesus Christ, I don't know how lads do multiples of that. Like, do you know what I mean? It's But again, I suppose as your team grows, you have different people doing different things and all that.
It's bananas, well, like outside, like there's
you must have 50 staff, do you?
There's 64 staff.
And how many was there when you started?
6, 7.
3.5 years.
Yeah. Paul, this is stupid. Like this is non-believable.
Because I wasn't being managed. Fair play. Fair play. That's unbelievable growth.
But there was more.
I don't know what I want that, but obviously fair play to you. You're doing unreal, like, but that's incredible. Like
I couldn't believe, like, there was about 7, and then the others were the directors and the owner was hands on, particularly very hands on at the time. I remember one time I walked in, and we were washing cars together. Do you know what I mean? Like he was out there, we were bringing cars, getting them washed, getting them clean, getting them ready for for the end of the month. And obviously you can't be like that now. You know, the kind of way that the operation's huge, but that's where it was, and now it got to that, and we just grew. We've already outgrown the showroom already. There's not enough space. We had to put in. I done a TikTok video on it, so I'm not saying anything that anybody doesn't know.
Yeah.
We got a modular building put out the back. It's basically a mini showroom. It's the exact same colour, shape. It has all the features of the main showroom. Had to put out the back for offices. There's not enough space. We're already at capacity again. So it's, I don't know where or how. He has some. The owner has some serious logistics to put his head around. So
yeah, that's staggering. Like it's because I remember you did a video maybe a year or two ago, maybe about a year ago, I'd say, where you went around to all the sales team and you were kind of like saying, how many did you sell this month, or how much do you think we're going to get, and our comments underneath it, I think the numbers add up to about 200. Like, is those numbers accurate? Like,
can I be honest? I don't mean to be true. Very true. There was more. There was add another 50 on top of that. Like,
because I don't want to, because you're working for them, and I don't want to. You don't have to give me any. You don't have to give me any financials right now. But but I think people would be interested to hear, because especially guys like me, and are like, because we look up to, like, some smaller guys look up to what I do, but like I look up to what you do, and I'm like, wow, like that is amazing. Like,
yeah.
Could you do 250 on a good month?
More. We've done more. I
heard rumors in the motor trade you did 400 one month.
That's absolute horseshit.
I know.
But no, do you know what? It's not.
I can't remember who told me. I think
absolutely.
For sure, you heard nonsense the whole time.
Absolutely. No, we've 100% done that. Yeah. No, let's keep that one going. Yeah, that's.
Because I was like 400, and my head was fit to fall off. I was like, how would you even do that? But even let's say like 200, and I know there's a couple of guys probably in the country that would do well into the 100s and all that. Like, but like that's
bananas. Like,
that's a lot of customers, a lot of warranty, a lot of after sales.
The logistics is crazy. Like, this is why I think people, again, just were desensitized to the whole thing. It's like, you more customers, therefore more problems. Everything's gonna have a problem. It's a bloody machine. You know what I mean? I can't foresee what's gonna happen with the machine, so I don't know what problems you're gonna have. You know, that kind of thing. So it's like, people will focus on, like you said, the positive reviews, right? So we have 5,000 reviews total, over 5,000. 4.7 out of 5. Of course, there's going to be a lot of negative reviews if you're doing those numbers.
It'd be impossible not to be. Like, you're selling used cars as well.
People, one of those stupid pages online took negative reviews and just posted them as opposed to, we're doing it for all the dealerships.
I seen that one, about dodgy car dealerships.
Yeah, shut up, like,
get a life, lad.
Post the good ones. And it's not about your negative reviews, it's about, let's see how you resolve them. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you will have negative. You can't please, like, we
have a couple of negative reviews as well. Like, again, I've 400 maybe Google reviews, give or take. 4.9, great, happy days. Yeah. But there is 4 or 5 negative ones out of it as well, like for a variety of reasons. But it's impossible. You're selling used cars. It's literally impossible to keep everyone happy.
Like, Paul, wouldn't you love to give someone the perfect car, no wishes? Never see it again. The best customer is someone I don't want to hear from until...
We say that to hold him. It's like, I hope I don't see you soon.
I hope I never hear from you for another 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the best customer.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
you're happy, I'm happy. You come back, get happy again, and it's good. But like, you can't. It doesn't exist.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't. Even new cars. New cars have the same issues. Like, it just doesn't exist. Like,
that's it. And like, go back to cars, you have problems. Like, you do mainly Japanese imports. Do you buy you have a few Irish cars too, I'd say. Do you?
They be mainly the trade-ins if we get them.
Yeah.
And then a couple of UK and Jap. That's it.
But the Jap stuff has been like revolutionary, really, isn't it?
That's how they scaled it, I think.
Yeah. It's very. I only started. I was buying Jap cars maybe 2 years, but I only started bringing them in myself year and a bit. January 24 last year, yeah. And I went over to Japan last year as well. Unreal. But it's what it is. It's like if you're trying to buy, you can't be just buying a load of cars individually on the Irish market if you want big numbers coming in, because they're not really available, and it's too time consuming and that, and there's a lot of rubbish in the trade and all that kind of thing. But if you want to buy a load of cars all at once, you have to be buying kind of auction set up. You used to be able to do that more so in the UK. You buy a load off BCA and everything like that, and it landed in a week or two later. That's not really available now. Like, you can buy, there's obviously Japan is such a huge market, right? There's any car you want really there within reason. You know it comes in from Japan, but like, it's, if you're trying to buy in cars at scale, you have to be going to something like that, like, really, to be honest, like, and they're selling. You see, the thing is, well, they're in such good condition, they're low mileage, people don't care as much about the year as they used to, and what I also about the Japanese import cars, they're kind of straightforward, like, and they're not complicated cars. A lot of the stuff is kind of run of the mill stuff, and people are kind of okay with that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, a 2017 Golf, like, what's really going to go wrong with it? Essentially, like,
that's if you want to be doing big numbers, you have to be.
But it's the run of the mill stuff. I said, and the Irish market, and I say it to Holm, is absolutely crying out for good quality sub 20-25 grand cars.
Yeah,
and also people are much less afraid of autos than they used to be. When I used to sell extra rental cars with Hertz Car Sales in Cork 7-8 years ago now, people are terrified of autos. They're not anymore, right?
Yeah.
Especially around here now. In Dublin they probably got accustomed to autos much earlier than country people did. Even country people now, they're like, oh no, autos nice now. But and I suppose as well, like, as part of your kind of business model as well, like, you'd be kind of analysing, I suppose, what works best, what sells best,
like
and crucially as well, you have to talk about what fucking you make money off, like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like, we still have a couple of, speaking of X rentals, we still have a couple of Mark 8s there that are manual. Again, because
the
manual. They people are like, oh, get some manuals in. You've no manuals. Okay, bought a lot of manuals. You just don't want them.
Yeah, no, they don't really. Again, people have pivoted from being afraid of autos to actually wanting autos now.
Yeah,
what's your best seller?
Oh, maybe I don't know. What will be the best seller? A3s Golfs.
Yeah.
A3s and Golfs, maybe.
What kind of years do you kind of do? What years do you kind of buy from?
We don't do anything lower than 16, do we?
15,
16s.
Yeah, we'd be kind of the same,
something like that, and then up, and then sure we have some of the newer A1s are up to 2023 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So but yeah, those would be the move. Yeah, Polos. Not, we used to have a load of Polos, and we don't.
Yeah,
have for some reason,
we have Polos that we actually.
The old model, like the Mark 5, like, or
up finished in 17 or 18. That model. Yeah, we've had a few of them. They always fucking need shocks and suspension bits.
Yeah,
they always need a bit. They always need a bit of squeak off them.
Yeah, always.
They always need a bit of prep work. I went heavy on Polo GTIs there a while ago, and they've mostly sold now, but. They're great. They're fine for the customers buying it now, but we've spent a fucking heap to get them prepped for sale. Like, do you know what I mean?
Paul, have you got any of the newer, the Mark 6 Polo GTIs?
No,
Paul,
no. I seen you did a video on it, right?
Oh my god,
are cool?
Them yokes are brilliant. Brilliant cars. Brilliant car. Now I don't know how it sell around here, but
no, it would. I probably would.
They think tops and everything just from standard.
What year are they in? 2019 kind of upwards?
2019 up, yeah. But
what do they kind of retail at? Are they kind of low 20s or mid 20s? Mid 20s,
yeah. I think we have one there about 2150 or something like that.
Cool car for that, like, isn't it?
Cool car. The thing is, a 200 brake horsepower, almost the same Newton meters of torque as the older the Mark 6 Golf 4.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is an antichrist. It's the Mark's, is it the Mark 7 engine is in it? The 2 litre.
Really? Like the Golf GTI engine?
Yeah.
Class.
Yeah, it's just undertuned, and the thing's an antichrist to go. I swear to God, you'd have some crack in one of them things.
Look at one of them now.
Yeah. Now that's a little Yupro mobile. If you want to get into the Yupro market,
mobile.
Yupro, yeah.
Geez, you know what? I was bringing a lot of performance cars there last year, and I was like, I'm going to go heavy now on this. Now I'm going to be the Jap performance car specialist, and while it's cool. So, you know what? They're a bit of Polo GTI is okay, but like some of the heavier stuff, like I brought in a CLA 45, and it's been fine, and we sold and everything like that.
I was saying that was that white one.
Yeah, but the thing is, cool car. Yeah. I mean, we did fine out of it, but I think it's the they're a bit of a lottery, especially with VRT as well. Like they're such a lottery, especially Now the VRT was okay in that. I think it was $6-7 maybe. It wasn't too bad, but like, they can be a complete lottery with all the different the emissions and everything like that. And also, like, you do run the risk of bigger warranty problems with the kind of performance cars.
That's
like,
it,
you know, like we on the Jap import, all the Jap imports, just for a couple of months, we were doing 12 months on everything, including Golf Rs, including on GTIs and lads in the workshop.
When did you stop doing that? Just out of curiosity.
Your car is in the Jap import.
yeah.
We stopped. We probably, I'd say, late last year. We're doing it for a while, and lads in the workshop were saying, and they were right too. I said, "Listen, Paul, do what you want, like, but I think it's madness on those performance cars given 12 months, and because no one was expecting it either, because no one was given 12 months warranty on those performance cars, so we stopped that. We still do on the run of the mill stuff, and it's a fantastic selling point, and it hasn't.
Tell you what, Paul, I'll make you a deal.
What?
If you clip out any of this and you put it on your social media and it goes viral, you'll give me 12 months warranty on the Golf 4.
I'm not giving you. That's not fair. That's not fair. It's just where you're fucking going to be driving that thing.
Well, I'm driving around Ballyfermot. It's very bumpy. I can't be going fast at all. I obey all speed limits, Paul.
What did you say as you pulled in there today? It's like, geez, when I was back from the test drive there last Saturday, the brake discs were red hot in it.
That's fake news.
That is fake news. That is fake news. Don't believe it.
You are roasted.
Oh, man. Jesus.
Go on, Paul. Take the deal. Do it for your audience. Clip this up.
No.
Clip it up and do it. Go on.
No, I can't. No. I will cross my fingers behind my back. Sure, James, we're not going to shake on it. Oh man, but yeah, no, like the Jap import stuff has been great. The market is like, again, even in how much Kylemore Cars has changed the last couple of years, like, but like, it's changed so much even since I started here 6 years ago. Where I get cars and where I used to bring in a lot of cheap yokes in from the UK. You bring in 2015 Astras in 2019, and you were paying like £4,000 and £5,000 for them. It was before Brexit. You just paid the VRT, and everything was kind of handy. Now the Jap import stuff is doing really well, and what we sell has changed so much as well in the last couple of years. Like, where do you see it going? Like, what's going to be? What's your?
I'm going
to ask you.
I'll
start. You're the guest. I'm asking you first.
Where do I see it going? I don't know. I feel like it may start going back towards the UK stuff. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's starting to go back towards UK stuff because I think anybody that wanted to do a data analysis of all the stuff that's public on our website and anywhere else, I think you can start looking, and it might start shifting back unless something changes on that side, because everybody's doing the Jap imports.
They are, yeah.
Everybody.
No, they are.
And I have one for you. I know this is a bit taboo, right? Have you ever run into problems with cars being a lower mileage when they're actually not lower mileage?
Have you
ever run into clock cars?
Have I ran clock cars?
Yeah, have you?
Yeah. We've had a couple of them here. We've like traded them off to.
Yeah.
Discarded them. Yeah, we wouldn't retail them through here or anything like that. Like, we can't.
So how I don't like. Why
it's only I've only encountered now a couple of them, and we've solved it with the customer, and everything was all A1.
So tell the people, is there like, so you do them, we do them, I'm less so involved in that type of stuff, you're more so involved, you're the owner of your own business, you know the crack. How do we give people the trust in the fact that these cars aren't clocked? Because you know every time we do a video on social media that's about Japanese cars, the main thing that comes up is a little clock emoji, and it's fucking everywhere.
Oh my god!
So
well, first of all, just with the Japanese import stuff, right? First of all, we actually have a way to get in service history of most of them. So the majority of cars that we were actually getting in have service history anyway. Second of all, if you knew anything about cars, right? If anything, I'd say the Japanese imports, they look like they've been clocked the other way. They could have 90,000 kilometers on them. They look like they've 20 with the condition of them. Like if you think this car with 80 or 90,000 kilometers from Japan is clocked, and you see the condition of it, you see the wear in the seats, you see everything in the car, you see underneath the car. And if you think that's clocked and there's suddenly 250, you need to give your head a wobble. Like.
Yeah, look at yourself in the mirror.
Look at yourself in the mirror.
Give your head a smack, will you?
Do you know what I mean? Like I said, they're just not like, you know, and it's just, again, it's the same going back to like an Irish thing, like they were so skeptical of ever, like, aren't we? Like,
yeah, 100%. That can't be right. That's not true.
But that's it. Like, you know, we think
he's not doing that well. They didn't sell as many cars.
No, there's something up there.
Yeah,
something suspicious with that because the people just can't accept that.
He's getting outside funding. He's not doing that on his own.
Because people's like, oh, look at me. It's like, he's kind of similar to me. How could he be doing that? Like, oh, yeah, those cars are low mileage. Something not right there. No, my car's got triple the mileage and that. No, so that one's definitely clocked. Like, oh, see that fella there? He's big. Must be on steroids.
Yeah.
People just cannot get into their head. It's a coping mechanism.
I think so.
And it's like even just car, they just portray it onto everything else. Like, it's like there has to be some reason why this is good, or this is too good to be true. I'm going to pick holes in it. Maybe it is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, the Japanese import cars, it's like, and people keep saying, "Oh, Jap scrap," and commenting on some of our cars. It's like, I was like, lads, ask even the fucking mechanics. They're the best cars going. It's like, oh, you can't get cars. You can get fucking parts, right?
That's another one. I hate that one. Okay, fair enough. If it's a Japanese model. Japanese,
exactly. But like, you know, even with the fucking the Golfs and all that, the majority of cars you sell they're European, even branded and all that. But again, that's just
easily stolen, Paul. They're easily stolen.
Yeah, it's like, no, that's the basic model Aquas, for example, the key start ones. Like, you know, but like, I think people are just winding me up now at this stage. Because I've addressed
that's me on my burnout account. That's actually me giving you all that.
I've addressed it so many times.
But it's a great. I tell you one thing: if you ever low on kind of. If you're ever low on the algorithm and your videos aren't doing well, just mention Japanese import cars. Boom. Straight back up. You'll get all the engagement you need, all the views you want. That's literally it.
Yeah, no, it's but it's actually true though, isn't it?
So like, where do you see it going?
I don't know. I'm confident. A lot of places, we were chatting as well. Like, business is good this year, but not amazing, right? It's not been crazy. It's like for the next short to medium term, I'm relatively confident about it. Where the motor trade is going. I don't, and I've said it to people as well. Like, I don't particularly, I'm not particularly excited about selling the 2025 reg cars that are out now, for example. I'm not particularly excited about selling them as a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old car.
Yeah.
I just think the cost of parts and how elaborate all the systems in them, I just don't think they're going to lend itself well to used cars. So and the cost of manufacturer charging for parts is obviously astronomical. So there definitely has to be some Chinese manufacturer that's going to make spurious parts for a lot of these cars. There has to be something like that, because there's just going to be 10 grand cars written off because it won't be.
If you're seeing a gap like that, there's 100% people are going to act on it like that.
There has to be, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's where I see it. I think everything that's kind of brought in, like, from manufacturers and new cars and everything like that, is. I'm not excited about much of it, of the kind of new stuff. I'm not excited about a lot of the manufacturers going to agency models and things like that. Yeah. So if I personally owned a franchise or a main dealer, I wouldn't be very excited about the future. But when you're an independent dealer, as Kylemore Cars are and as we are, I think you can pivot and kind of work at what goes well. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think now is a great time as a dealer to be independent and to be flexible and to kind of move with the market. Like,
that's it, yeah.
Isn't it?
Follow the trends, like.
Follow the trends, like. So, like I'm just trying to run a business to make money, like. Do you know what I mean? We're making. I'm just being honest, like, and everyone is like. Do you know what I mean? People say, I'm honest with everyone. Hold on. Yeah, like, I've Kia Picantos in stock. Do I get excited about selling Kia Picantos? No, but the car's not good. It's a reliable car, and I'm going to make a few quid off.
It actually hurts my eyes. Yeah.
It does, like, yeah, but I'm not excited about it. Like, some lads be going, I only sell 5 Series and all that. I was like, I don't care what I sell. Like, I just want to sell decent cars that'll make a few quid off. And I think that because I'm a businessman, I'm not like. I don't I'm not hung up on selling one particular type of car or doing it in a particular type of way. If, for example, in 5 years' time, I was thinking the market's moving to camper vans.
Yeah,
I'll have a look at it.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at it. But you know what I mean? Like, or electric scooters. No, electric scooters are a nuisance.
Yeah.
But
you'd sell well down in Dublin with those.
So like, and I don't plan too far ever into the future because I don't know what the world's going to be like, and I don't know what I'll be interested in.
Are you gonna try scale up, or what's the story?
Yeah, I think here in out of what I do in Dungarvan, which is a town of 9,000 or 10,000 people, like, you know, I think this is as big a garage as the town wants or the town needs, basically. I'd love to have my own garage. That's something that I will do, not now or not next year, but in future. I'd like to have my own yard and my own little
showroom.
Yeah, sure. I'm not as fancy or as elaborate as yours, so I definitely want that. But I would be happy stocking and selling similar numbers. I just want a nice little tidy setup where all my cars are together and everything like that. Yeah. So I do want that. I would consider other ventures as well. Down the line, motor trade and other, like. But for what I do in Dungarvan, happy at the scale. Like, as I was asking about you, because I've done a lot of thinking in the last kind of year or two. It's like what I actually want. If you asked me 6 years ago when I started, I'm like, oh, I want to be bigger than Kiri's. I want to be bigger than fucking Jodo. I was like, but like, do I want that? Like, or is it just ego saying that I want that? And it's ego. I was like, what'll make me happier? I was like, well, I just want a nice tidy setup. Happy to stock 80 to 100 cars. Happy to sell 50, 60, whatever cars in one. Great. Because where I'm at now, it's like it's good, but I'm not pulling my hair out. I'm not awake.
That's gonna say, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
you haven't gone grey yet, like.
No, small bit, but like not much anyway. But like, do you know what I mean? And that's kind of what it's all about. But like, you know, I say that now, and then I get an itch then in a year's time, and
it's something I don't know, Paul. Like,
it's a roller coaster. Like,
yeah. Like, for example, the RT thing that we did, that even when that's shown randomly, we don't get it show time, but it's shown randomly, and I'm like, why the hell was it so busy this weekend? And it's like, because I can go onto Google and check the traffic, and for one single day there's a spike. So let's say your level, people can't see it, but let's say I'm just showing a level. There's a huge wave influx as soon as that thing gets shown.
Influx of what, like in leads coming in, or just
that translates to leads then as well. Yeah, so it's like, you're like, how, like, so even on RTE, so even getting yourself on TV, it's difficult. I know that's done in the style of The Office. It's a bit comedic. It's kind of funny, and but the impact that it has on business is fucking wild. Like, that's wild, Paul. This is not even like, I couldn't believe it.
I think like even like Nadia, she's done so much like media stuff and everything like that. And it's like, I often wonder, like, she probably has enough inquiries coming in for something 10 times the scale of what she's did you get what I mean? Like, she's got like enough media behind her to fill a garage, a couple of 100 cars. But you get what I mean? Like, maybe. But
does her persona translate to, let's say, just the run of the mill Japanese imports?
No, I don't think so. No, I think it kind of suits her with kind of the higher end cars,
doesn't it?
But it just goes to show how much even social media, or even not even social media, just media in general and marketing done right, how much it can like fuel a business, like, and everything like that.
I think Nadia's daily, by the way.
No.
I have great crack with her.
I'd like to get it later on someday. So Nadia, if you're listening or watching this, we'll get you on the podcast someday. No, but I've and people are always asking me my opinion on her and everything like that, and I was like, listen, I said I've chatted to her like twice ever, like, and
have you? I love chatting to her.
Yeah. No, I chatted to her on the phone maybe 6 months ago, just over something else, but like you know, actually really nice, down to earth person and everything like that, but massive. And again, it goes back to what we were saying.
I didn't know what you were going to say after that.
No. Go back to what we were saying as well, like, about marketing and pissing off some people. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like good marketing, and she pisses off. She ruffles a lot of feathers in the motor trade, and I'm here for it. Like, do you know what I mean? You're dead right. Like, do you know what I mean? Because if you're not ruffling feathers or alienating some people, or people don't like what you're doing, it's like, oh, she shouldn't be doing that. That's what works. I don't think she cares.
I don't think she cares either.
And she's dead right.
100%. And she's not. What you see on that, to pull back the curtain a bit, she's different. Go speak to the woman. She's sound.
100%. Yeah.
Like, I just, it's like the whole thing. People see it, they get a persona of you. You're like, you're the bollocks, don't like you. Now all of a sudden they see it, you're like, do you think I go around my house all day saying, "Man, down the shop"? Like,
I'm actually a person as well. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
just I
don't be going around the place in fucking wigs and like, well, I do sometimes. Like, but, but you know what I mean?
On your birthday, huh?
We do, exactly. But again, it's just kind of. That's what good marketing is like. So.
It's proper, yeah. Look, you need it. Like, you need to have it's a cornerstone in any main business or any business that wants to be successful. You have to have it on point, and you can't. So I feel like it needs to be organic with it.
Yeah, it does.
Like you're organic with it. Some people are made for it, some people aren't.
Yeah.
And like just to, I suppose, go full circle. I swear to God, if I see another video of some fella telling me about this beautiful Volkswagen Golf he's showing off and fantastic looking wheels that it has, and he just looks like he just wants to kill himself. I'm like,
it's like
get off my screen.
Yeah, no,
like, please, like
no one cares. Like
literally nobody cares. Nobody will ever look at that and go, "Jeez, I'm gonna buy that." And if they do, it's not because of you. It's because you might as well have just got out of it and just showed a picture of the car.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just can't. It just drives me bananas. Like.
But like you can see what works, and it's your data driven and everything that, and you know it works and everything that. And I presume you love what you do.
Sometimes.
What don't you like about it then? So you give me an impression you love what you do. What do you dislike about? I suppose.
I sometimes feel like there's a couple of things. I suppose I get a bit of imposter syndrome also. It's like, bro, you're a content creator. Like, you're not an influencer. Two different things. Yeah. Don't ever get those two confused. I get paid for what I do. Influencers get sponsor deals and stuff like that. They're not making money off TikTok. TikTok don't pay.
You did a kind of like an influencer kind of video there last week or something like that, but the place for the Diffin. Was that like a kind of an influencer kind of video?
No, that
the slab place. It was about I was like, Jesus, are you telling people to slow down on the roads or something?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was exactly that. It was just about drive safe. So that's I suppose just that's another side of things where I'm trying to reach people who would be the majority of speeders. Going fast. I love driving my car fast. I love acting the bollocks. I live for it. I like Bumblebee Run. Live for it. Right? But there's a time and a place.
100%. No, there is, yeah.
Right? And instead of me going on and going, there's a time and a place, don't do this, don't do that, people are switching off, you're a bell end, don't be telling me what to do, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to go, right lads, I'll just tell you where, look, I'll show you the what you can do instead. Go drift your car around. Fucking enjoy it. Wreck it. Love it. Brilliant. You want to go go-karting with your mates, your family, whatever else, deadly. You want to go drift and go to Mondello, there's another rally school oil and all this type of stuff. Fucking go over it. Just, you know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do.
I don't.
That's a better way to reach people than trying to be a teacher. I fucking hate that.
It came across well, to be fair. Like.
Did it? Yeah. I'm glad it did. Yeah, like everybody that tagged in it, actually bar Mondello. What's the story with that Mondello?
Mondello, if you're looking,
yeah, don't Mondello.
Don't Mondello.
Yeah, what's the story with that? Yeah, they're the only ones that didn't share it, but everybody else that I tagged in it, well, like, oh, thank you so much. Didn't even know you were going to do a shout out, but we'll actually put it on our own thing, and it worked out well. So
what do you want for yourself, like in the coming years? Like I say, do you want to stick with marketing?
I'm between things, Paul.
Yeah,
I'm like I would love to. I'm still learning every single day, and I'm not. I suppose I consider myself a bit of an expert in the field, considering the outside accolades I got from it. But I'm always learning. I'm always like I look at you and I look at what you're doing, and like you're saying, you look at the Kylemore like that. Well, I would.
You have to like,
I'd watch you and be like,
the day you think you have nothing to learn, like you're fucked. Then,
forget about it.
You know what I mean? You're being comfort zone complacency. Then you're
be the dumbest person in the room. That's where I want to be. I want to be around people where I'm the dumbest person in the room.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So that's
agreed.
It's just I don't know. I need to probably stick it out a little more. At some point, I'd love to try with my own business. Whether that's to still do what I do and just be a consultant, work as a consultant, but where I'm in charge of myself and they can get rid of me and I could go somewhere else and do something like that. I don't know. I honestly don't. Or is there a transition to something different again? The brand and media, now you're in managing, now you're a people manager now. Is there much of a transition from that to something else? So I don't know. I need to look into it further. Again, I'm only 3.5 years in this career.
Yeah. I think it's
still young, like for this career
absolutely.
in particular.
But you don't know how. People often ask me my plans for the future, and I'm like, Jesus, like if you ask me my plans for the future, 15, I'm 36. Like, but if like 15 years ago when I was 21, I was like, I don't know, go drinking and go to like music festivals. Not, you know, I wanted to be rich, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. But like, you don't know what you're going to, that's going to interest you in 5 or 10 years time. And you don't know what the market's going to be like. You don't know what selling cars could be a beautiful thing in 10 years time, but it could also be absolute pain in the hole.
So you don't know, like you said, I'd say as long as you're ready to jump on an opportunity when it arises,
exactly,
that's what you need to do. And like, I'll give you an example. I said to the owner, when I wanted this job, I said, like, sales is competitive. We're small at the moment. It's going to get bigger, but I don't know how it's going to go. I know me and another one or two people that started, two of us were going to get cut, only one was staying on, something like that. And I seen the opportunity to go to market and said, I've more chance of making more money at this current moment in time than I have if I stay over here. And I done the videos and I said, look, I can do this job. Went up straight up to him, like as if you're the boss man. I pulled him aside, listen, I can do this job. Or the dealer principal at that time, wasn't even the boss, but the dealer principal said, I can do this job. Or you're hiring, I want to do it. Consider me for it. If you don't believe me, when you see the next couple of things that I do. And I've always backed myself in that situation. Anytime people have ever doubted me within, let's say even within the company, I've always said, I'm only getting started. Like, this is not...
Yeah, well, like, the proof is in the pudding so
far
anyway.
The week before I won those awards, I went up and I had a meeting with my manager, and it's actually the COO of the company, and he was like, we were just chatting, and I just said, look, I'm going to win these, like, and we ended up winning it. Like, even in the video, I'm going in here to collect awards or something like that. I saying it, so I knew, like, there was, it was just that pure confidence of, I know. When you know, you know. When you're off, you're not going to be like that. I don't go around like that all the time, but you know. So I backed myself.
You had the old school McGregor strut on you, like. You know
a little bit of that. But we won't say anything about that now at this moment in time.
He was cool back in the day. He was cool.
I like what he used to stand for. I live up to all of that stuff. Be confident without cockiness.
McGregor 2016 kind of.
And below,
and below,
16 and below. When there's only one owner from now, you know. But
I get you, like.
But you get what I mean. So it's just like that. So like you said, I'm ready for any opportunity that comes my way within the business also. Like, you know what I mean? I'd love to. Like, that's it. I can't see where else is big. Where do I go from there? There's nowhere else to go. I'd rather stay there, build it up.
Yeah.
And they've been good to me, and I've been good to them. What's good for Kylemore is good for me. What's good for me is good for Kylemore. That's why I say it. So it's a very much in tandem relationship.
I don't think you could go much bigger and better in terms of a marketing job in the motor trade, and that. Because you're a massive independent dealer, but like you've good flexibility of what way you want to do things as well. Like, it's like you're on about getting a job with maybe Jaguar and Land Rover, but like you the marketing jobs there, and it's no fault of any of the individual dealerships, but they're just you have to be so brand compliant. Like, you can't say, I'm on down the shop, or you can't just have a wig on you and do little videos. You can't, like, the manufacturer will kill you, like, you know.
I think the closest the people are doing is the Windsor Girls, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Windsor Girls, but they're more just. I watch that stuff as well. And
is that the motor mall? But like, is that the
motor mall? Yeah.
Yeah, but have they a franchise in that garage that they're in? Or is
I don't think it's in that garage, but is Windsor connected to a franchise though?
They don't know. Windsor are, like, I think they have Nissan. They maybe.
So that's why I'm still thinking there's still definitely they've sort of broke that, because I know brands are really sticky if you're connected with whether this one alone is only used cars, that's fine. But even the fact that if you have, let's say, we'll just use Windsor for example. I know Windsor, if they're connected to other actual main brands like BMW or wherever they're connected, I know they can be very sticky with stuff like that. So I'm surprised that even they're able to actually be as flexible as they are.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
But that wouldn't. People always have asked me over the years as well, like, you know, and I suppose especially people that aren't maybe not into the motor trade, but they're like, oh, will you ever get a franchise? Will you get a main dealer and everything like that? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And there's been a couple of people on to me about it. Do you want to talk to this representative of a brand or something like that? We'd have a chat with it, and I'm like, nah, it just doesn't interest me. It doesn't excite me. And like, I wouldn't do it. And I'm like, oh no, but there's good money in the after sales or the parts, and that's like, yeah, great, but I wouldn't be interested in it. I like coming in, and I like having a laugh with the lads here, and I like us doing our own thing. And if I'm ever expanding and doing other garages, let's say for example, it's going to be the same. It's going to be an extension of that, and that's what excites me and interests me.
You're only getting going, mate. Like, you're literally. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this fella's literally only starting getting his stride. You could, like I'm saying, now is not the time to sell out. Now is like.
No, I'm not. Jeez, I'm a fucking young lad. Like, still like, but I am. No, and then for the next 10 years now, like, these are my doing bits, money making years. I don't want to be doing what I'm doing now. Do you know, one of those lads that are in their 60s and 70s, and you know, maybe they have their kids in the business too, but they can't retire, and they've nothing else to do with their own life. And I find you get to a certain point, I think you just have to kind of step aside, or kind of know you start becoming.
Imagine me bald or grey at 60. Man down the shop.
Man, but you know what I mean? And I think even just what I do and what you do is that it's a young man's game to an extent, like, and I'd rather...
To an extent, yeah.
To an extent, yeah. Like, I think I'd rather... I'll do the work now, and I'll expand and everything like that. But like, I would like to have a house in fucking Portugal as well and chill out and play golf. I would like that too. Some lads saying, "Oh Jesus, you couldn't do that. You'll never switch off." I actually can switch off. Not as much as maybe some other people, but I can. I still enjoy my holidays.
Yeah. Just because you can't doesn't mean I can't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I fucking love what I do. Like, and I love business, and I'm obsessed with my business, and I'm obsessed. You have to be like, if you weren't obsessed with it and you didn't love it, it'd be shit, like, because if you think about it.
That's what I'm not ready to, like, obviously people get job offers and stuff like that. I'm not ready to step away from the whole content creator. So
you're good at it, man. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I will leave on a high. I'm never gonna like leave when it's already dead and done. I will always step away farther, but I still think there's still a good bit to go with that type of stuff, because again, like, that whole thing it's transforming every year, every couple of months. Something's changing, something's new, something this, something that. So
it's cool though.
It is cool. It's one of the cool things.
What's Bumblebee run this year? We'll finish on this.
Bumblebee, yeah, we're gonna do Bumblebee this year. I cannot wait to do it. Myself and the big dog over there, Arthur.
You're doing it as well, Arthur, yeah?
Yeah, so
what
are we going to say? We get Paul to go to Bumblebee. I know he has a lot of stuff on, but
I'm getting married the week after as well.
The almost last blow. Well, it is last.
Me GTR is up for sale with Simon Dean at the moment as well. So,
if
it hasn't sold in the meantime, I can take it back down and fucking do the Bumblebee run though. But
we're gonna do the Bumblebee.
I think I have a lot on this year now. But
that's where we first met last year. The Bumblebee.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's just last year. Yeah. What a fabulous last 10 months it's been.
I know, yeah. It was deadly.
Yeah, it was an unreal weekend. If anyone gets an opportunity to, and I'll shout out to the Bumblebee guys, if I got the opportunity to do it, it is the best crack of the year. I've done it the last 2 years. So much fun, and the people on it as well. And there's a lot of lads on it, and I'd be looking up to them as like these lads in their 50s and all that, and they're fucking loaded, and I'm like, I want to be like you. And but they're so sound. Everyone is so nice and sound. And
Paul, unbelievable. We were having a drink. So on the Saturday night we were having a drink in whatever the hotel. What was that hotel in Limerick? Limerick, wasn't it?
Oh, on the Saturday night.
Yeah.
It was the Radisson. Wasn't the Radisson? I know the one.
Some gorgeous. It was a lovely hotel. We done the black tie event, and we went to it, and we were up drinking with this millionaire dude. I won't say his name or anything, but he was, you wouldn't even tell. He was driving the 650 or 670 McLaren, that silver one, and he was feeding us full of drink and just acting the bollocks, and as welcoming. Never met him before in my life, and he was just sitting there with us the whole time, having a crack, having a buzz, and I'm looking at it going, you have a Clio V6, you have this car, you have this car, you have this car. You're just
he's a massive collection of stuff. Like,
you know what I'm
talking about? I do. Yeah,
he has what a collection he has. You ever see his
GT3 RS he got as well there recently as well.
Good lord,
But again, a gentleman. Any of the lads I met on it. I'm still in contact with a couple of them. Like they're
in the group. Still in the group chat.
Yeah, I'm still in the group chat. Yeah, and I chat away to just a few of the other guys. But they're just it's a great weekend with great people. No airs or graces about anyone. Everyone's just up for the crack. Weekends like that, because like I said, I work a fair bit, and then I've my daughter in the weekends, and I don't get much of a chance, let's say for example, to I'm my daughter every day. I'm not split up right now. I was just saying, I have custody of her. Do you know what I mean? I have a daughter weekends. Like, I'm getting married next month. But what I'm trying to say is we do something weekends, and
you're sleeping on the couch.
But I don't get much of a chance to enjoy some of the cool cars that I've had at this stage of my life anyway. But like when you have a weekend like the Bumblebee run, it just makes it all worthwhile.
Paul, you've caught me at a time where I'm living the life at the minute. I'm single, and I'm
you've got a cool car now.
Cool car, nice weekends, just on my phone's hopping every now and then, Paul. You've caught me. This is my last blowout before I have to settle down. Do you get what I'm saying,
man?
So I'm enjoying work, enjoying life. Go to Bumblebee run. Actually, I meant to say Bob, I think, is going to be the guest of honour at that.
Is he? Yeah. Bob's a legend.
Bob, absolute fucking legend. Yeah, I think he's doing a lot better now as well.
Is he? Yeah, great. Yeah, good stuff.
Came into us the other day, looked well.
I love the way he stayed working as well, and staying doing the bits on it. It's like he's what a strong man. Like,
you know what I mean? Unbelievable. I think you have to do it.
He's dead right. I think I'd be the same, but like, is just a gentleman, like, and such a
100%.
Even the first year he wasn't that ill. The first year I went, and like he was the life and soul of the party. No, he was still great the last time as well, but he was obviously a little bit sicker at the time, like. But what a showman! What a
what
a man to get people going! Like, he's just a.
I have a great relationship between myself and Bob. So
and I'm delighted to hear he's doing better as well.
He is doing better. He looks to me
best,
even looks better, and he's more energetic and stuff like that. Now he may not feel himself. I don't know what's actually going on, but for me, I'm like, you look right. I said to him yesterday, he was in with us, and I was like, "James, Bob, you look great actually." You know what I mean? And we done some video work. But even when he was at his worst and he couldn't speak or anything like that, I told him, there's always something we can do. I don't need to have you talking. We'll figure something out. So if you see some of the videos, a lot of the time he doesn't even say anything, and we're still doing videos.
Yeah,
and they're still doing good numbers, and people are still going, "Yeah, Bob, it's people love seeing it."
They do, yeah. Even before he got sick, it's not like people have. He's very, very
it's not
well.
Just because he got sick, he's
he's a very well. He always has been a very well respected man in the motor trade. Like, even somebody like his car reviews, YouTube videos are top quality, and they're almost before their time in Ireland as well.
Literally,
He's a pioneer in it, but
so he's going to be the guest of honor, I think. At Bombay, I think.
No better.
I don't know what that means, but Paul.
God,
I'd
love to do it anyway.
I'm still this is me trying to sell it down.
I think I'm giving up my space now.
Yeah.
Anyway, we leave it there.
Yeah.
That's been a great chat.
Legend.
Listen, and also very best luck with your new car.
Paul, you know yourself. Hang on, come on down the shop.
Come on down the fucking shop. Come on. Thank you.
That was alright.